So welcome back. So as you read the fourth Revelation journal questions as you read the fourth Revelation commentary, and you get to answer the fourth Revelation journal questions, I want you to do it in the space of thinking of your passions and your dreams, because that's what we are talking about for the fourth Revelation and for trust. Trusting the manifestation of a passion or a dream of yours. So I'm going to ask you a question. What is your passion and what is your dream? Of course, save it for your journal questions when you provide that answer, but I'm asking you now. What is your passion? What is your dream? Is it travel? Is it being a homeowner? Is it starting a business? Is it trying a new career? Is it breaking out on your own and opening your own shop or bakery or store or selling, who knows what, maybe a food truck, or maybe you make purses or homemade this or that? Is it writing a book? That's a dream. Is it trying a new style or a look? Are you like, you know what? I've been dressing like this for years. I'm ready to try something new. Is that something you want to trust and try something different, a new haircut, a whole new look for yourself? Is it learning a new skill? Do you want to learn a new trade so you can start a new career? Is it investing in your talents? Is it you saying, hey, I feel like I'm good at this, but I need some help and I want to spend some money to expand my gifts and talents? Is it learning ballroom dance, which is exciting, fun, a little salsa? Is it extending yourself more and helping others? Maybe you're somebody who your dream or your passion is, I want to help more. I want to be more service oriented. I want to join the Peace Corps. Is it emotional or physical or mental healing? Maybe you've been suffering from something for years, a physical ailment that you want to trust for healing in your body. Is it fighting for a cause that you believe in? Maybe you are into politics or community activism and you want to take a stand for something that you feel isn't being done right, and you want to stand up for justice. Is it love or marriage? Have you never been married and your trust thing is, I want to trust that one day I'm going to be a wife or a husband, or I want to trust that I'm going to find love again. Maybe I loved in the past and I was afraid to love again. Now I want to trust that I'm going to love again. Whatever your thing is, I went through a whole list. I want you to answer the journal questions and thinking of what you want to trust for. And whatever that vision or dream or passion that you want to pursue or have always wanted to do, or that you want to manifest, I want you to think of that when you answer the journal questions and when you approach your fourth Revelation challenge that you don't know about yet, but that I know about. So decide, read the fourth Revelation journal, read the fourth Revelation, read the fourth Revelation commentary. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. Answer the fourth Revelation journal questions. And as you do that, as I said, I want you to be thinking of what your passion is, what that one thing, let's pick one thing. It can be an area that is many things. Maybe there's a different lifestyle you want to lead. So then that would be your trust. I mean, that's what you're going to trust because that is your goal or your passion or your dream for your life. It can be something like that, but I'd like you to be very specific when you answer the journal questions. I'd like it to be this one thing that you've been wanting, that you are trusting and hoping and dreaming about, that you want. Something maybe that you forgot about, that you kind of said, that's never going to happen for me, or I don't think that's going to happen. Dust that thing off. Let's talk about trusting that it can manifest. Let's talk about trusting that it will come to be. So you take your time. You're going to read the fourth Revelation journal. Why do I keep saying journal? You're going to read the fourth Revelation. You're going to read the fourth Revelation commentary. And when you get to the fourth Revelation journal questions, you will know what that thing is. Now, speaking of the fourth Revelation journal questions, and I want to get the book. As I said, I have a new question for you. So you're not going to do every single question. You're going to answer question number 1. You are going to answer question number 2. You are going to answer question number 3. But when you get to question number 4, that is not your question. You are not going to answer question number 4. But you can then go on to, after I give you your new question number 4, which should be below, you can answer question number 5. So you're going to answer question number 1. You're going to answer question number 2. You're going to answer question number 3. You're going to do the new question number 4, which is below. And then you can go on to answer question number 5 in the 4th Revelation Journal. So why did I change it? Well, I changed it because it has the word in it, obedience. And for some of us, that word is not, and I'm going to admit to you, I wasn't, I haven't always been very comfortable with that word. It actually offends my feminist sensibilities. I don't like the word obedience. I've never liked it. And as a woman and as an African American, that word has felt oppressive. So you ask, well, then why did you put it in the book? Because I knew as a Christian and in my Christian walk, it needed to be something that I became comfortable with. And so what happened was I figured out what I needed to do to become comfortable with that word, because I'm not somebody who likes to be in bondage to a feeling, right? I want to get over it. I want to understand, why do I feel this way? Why do I, when I hear the word obedience, it's like nails on a chalkboard. So what is this about? So I went deeper, because like I said, as a Christian, I knew I needed to develop a new understanding of it, because I didn't want it to be a block for me whenever I came across that word. So I needed to overcome it. And so what I did was, and I'm just sharing this with you so you fully understand why that question isn't in the book, isn't for you in Live More, Carry Less, is what I needed to understand when it came to obedience was that what obedience was and what it meant for me as a Christian. And what it meant for me was, what I came to have it mean for me is radical surrender. Now, radical means carried out to the fullest extent, especially in regards to change from accepted or traditional forms. Surrender means to yield to the power of another. So when I say radical surrender, it means I'm surrendering to the truth of what God says about me. So if I think that something's wrong with me or I'm less than, the truth is, in the Word of God, in the Bible, it says that I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. It says that I'm more than a conqueror. So if I'm going to believe Him, then I'm going to surrender to the truth of His love for me. And His Word also says that nothing can separate me from His love. Not my mistakes, not any that I made past or future, that He still loves me. So if that kind of love leads me to step out on faith and write a book and create a course for people to offer surrender, healing, and transformation, then I know that that kind of love has already assured my success. It's already assured your success, because that kind of love never fails. So when I think like that, obedience for me then just becomes trust and movement. My trust being moved into actions that are supported by my belief that I'm being directed by love. And so that is how I was able to understand and accept and come to terms with the word obedience. I looked at it as my trust being moved into actions. Actions are obedience, but these actions are supported by my belief that I'm being directed by love, that the God that I'm obedient to loves me. And when I'm obedient to His truth, which is that He loves me and that there's nothing can separate me from His love, then I'm safe. So that's what I needed to do for me. But because I know that that word can carry a stigma, I wrote a different question for you to answer. And the question is this. So in the 4th Revelation, you answer the question, what hope or dream have you lost faith in? So based on your answer, and the new question, question number 4, I want you to write down what your life would look like if you knew without a shadow of a doubt in 4 months that dream would be a reality. So I'm going to say that again because so in the first question I ask you, what hope or dream have you lost faith in? Say you had a dream of being an astronaut. I'm just, okay. So say you had a dream of being an astronaut. So the next question, or in question number 4, the new question number 4, I want you to write down what your life would look like if you knew without a shadow of a doubt in 4 months that that dream would be a reality. So if your dream is to own a home, right? And you knew in 4 months from now you would be a homeowner. No, you don't know the how, you don't know how it's going to happen. I don't want you to worry about the how. I'm not asking you about the how. I'm asking you, what would you be doing different over the next 4 months? How would you feel? What would you be doing different right now if you knew that if you had a dream of being a homeowner, that in 4 months from now, it was going to come true? What would you be doing different right now? How would you wake up in the morning feeling? What burden would be lifted off of your shoulders? What would you be doing to prepare for your dream's arrival? So that's what I want you to write down. Say, I'm going to use myself. I just auditioned for a film that I hope I booked. I auditioned the other day. So what if I knew that 4 months from now, well, you usually find out a little sooner, but what if I knew 4 months from now that I was going to be on set filming that movie? How would I feel? What would I be doing different? What would I be more dedicated to? What thoughts would I be telling myself? What would I be more active in? So that's what I want you to write down. How would you feel? What would be different about your life if you knew this thing that you were trusting and envisioning and dreaming for? What if you, like I said, you had a physical ailment and you wanted healing in it? You wanted healing in your body. What if you knew 4 months from now that you'd be healed? How would you wake up tomorrow? What things would you be doing different? What thoughts would you be thinking that were different? So that's what I want your question number 4 to be about. So after you write that down, your question number 4, and you write down the things that you would be doing different, how your life would be different if you knew for sure that that thing was going to happen 4 months from now, I want you to sit with that feeling of how you would feel. And I want you to sit with that feeling for 3 to 5 minutes. I want you to just allow yourself to feel it. Feel what it would feel like. Is it relief? Is it joy? Is it excitement? Is it peace? Whatever that feeling is that would come as a result of this thing happening, I want you to sit in that for 3 to 5 minutes if you can, and just allow yourself to feel it. I don't want you to worry about, don't let your mind start thinking or planning how it came to be. Not your job, not what I want you to think about. That's not what question 4 is about. Question 4 is about you answering what you would do differently, and then taking a few minutes to sit and allowing yourself to feel whatever that feeling would be. So if we're taking me, how would I feel if I knew that the movie I just read for 2 days ago that I would be filming, that I'd be on set filming 4 months from now? I feel happy. I feel fulfilled. I feel a nervous excitement because I'd want to do well on set. So I would, if I'm doing this assignment, which I am, I'm doing it with you, but I'm doing it kind of right now. I would just sit with allowing myself to be like a kid on Christmas morning, excited, happy, hopeful. That's how I would feel. That's how I think that I would feel on set. That's how I would feel. So I want you to allow yourself to feel that. Now, what would I do differently if I knew? I would make sure I never missed a day of working out. I wouldn't let myself fall off my eating plan. I would be committed and stick to everything that I'm doing now, but probably even be a little more fervent about it. So write that down. If that's something, if you're saying, if I knew that this would be 4 months from now, write down how you think your life would be different. What would you be doing if you knew it was coming? Guaranteed 4 months from now, it was going to happen. Write down how your life would be different now. And then when it was there, when it happens, when it manifests, I want you to feel how that will make you feel and sit in that feeling for 3 to 5 minutes and allow yourself to feel that. And then go on to answer question 5. Okay? So yes, that is it. That's all for this lesson. So you are going to, I'm going to review it. You're going to read the 4th revelation, the 4th revelation commentary, answer the 1st revelation journal question in the book, the 2nd revelation journal question in the book, the 3rd revelation journal question in the book, the new 4th revelation journal question that's down there. You're going to answer that. And then you can go on and answer the 5th revelation journal question in the book. And then you are going to stop there. And then I will see you next week for Recognize. Of course, you have your midweek inspiration come up, but I will see you next week for the 4th revelation when we recognize the root.